All right, and we are live.
Hey
Hi,
guys,
Hey,
everyone. Come
come
in,
on
come on.
in, come on in.
come on
Well,
in,
I start doing
come on
some
in,
work.
come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in.
And do some Palestine. What's this about? So, how was the day today?
My day was pretty okay. We went to work, came back home, did a couple of things around the house, and then I prepared for this. So it wasn't too bad. It
Nice.
wasn't hectic.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
It's always
I
be good when
started.
you could have an easy day.
I
Yeah.
know.
That sound like my day right there.
Mm.
Right there. I relaxed. I watch a movie. I made coconut bake, Trini style. yeah, yeah. I take it easy.
That's good.
I take care of the wife today.
Aw. Yeah,
That's
I
nice.
myself get a little pampering. I
Oh,
didn't get to cook today, which was
Yeah.
kind of like good but not good because I'm on this diet. So on this not diet, I hate using that word, but I'm on this meal plan.
right.
So I tend to cook most of my meals and I had to eat pizza today, which was good.
Oh,
But
Pizza
you
is always
cheat
good.
today.
I know, right?
I love pizza.
But the only thing is this is not New York pizza, which is something, you know. New
Uh,
York pizza I go crazy for, but
right.
over here just different.
Uh-oh.
But it's all right. Make things happen.
Mm.
Make things happen. All right, everybody come in. We have a beautiful session tonight. Tonight is part two. Part
Yeah. Let
two
me
of
go.
Unrealistic Expectations. Yes, real life guru. Yes, Brooklyn Pizza. Listen, I'll give a little story. So, when we were younger, so I grew up in Brooklyn, besides Trinidad. I spent most of my other years, how many other years, in Brooklyn. So after school, Brill and I would we had to stop by this pizza store and buy pizza. Now, New York size pizza is not about like this size or this size. I'm talking about this size.
Wow.
They have 8 slices in it. Brill and I used to buy probably 2 boxes and eat a box each.
What?
Yeah.
Brill, where are you?
Listen, that pizza was good.
Brill.
You're not possessed.
Listen, that pizza,
Oh
Brooklyn
my
pizza, I
god.
think once you have Brooklyn pizza, you can't go back to regular pizza ever again. Cannot.
Evening,
Wow.
cuz.
Good evening. Good evening, Miss Allison. Hey, Keisha. Yeah, that Brooklyn pizza is. Once you had Brooklyn pizza, you know good pizza. Even though I know Trinidad, I like to eat a pizza with ketchup and mustard. Ugh.
You don't?
No, I want Parmesan cheese on mine. Put Parmesan cheese and give me plain. I don't want no ketchup. Mm-mm. Nah, I can't do
No,
that.
there
I
are
can't.
certain pizzas I think you down here I would eat without the ketchup and the mustard. I love Domino's pizza. I
Ah,
could eat that without ketchup and mustard. And
that
when Papa John's was around, hmm, I could eat that without ketchup and
Roots
mustard.
delight.
Yeah, that's my
Roots delight.
sister. She very bad.
Really?
Which one she is?
Where is
Yeah,
she
yeah. She's
located?
in Navet, Rio Claro.
Oh,
Okay.
she all the way in Rio
Yeah,
Claro.
yeah.
Like
She's
if I ain't Trinidad, but
So the
if
next
I'm
time I'm
you,
going to Guaya, then I could order and pick up.
yeah, yeah. You can call her and order and pick up. What it was, I almost get catch. I was like, my sister said she ordered pizza, and I started eating this thing. I was like, "Well, this thing tasting so good." So I said, "This is pizza." She said, "I Naomi boy." I said,
Hanika.
"What?" Yeah,
Naomi, a bad girl.
yeah. Thought she would
Yeah.
be here tonight.
Oh,
Probably.
she'll
So
probably kick in soon. She'll
Yeah, she
probably come
celebrated
into.
her birthday on the 22nd, so she probably still
Ah,
partying.
happy birthday, Naomi. Domino's and Papa John's is not
It's not
pizza.
pizza.
Hey,
I should
shit!
say, Ruth, happy birthday.
Shit,
All right,
yeah.
guys, we are 5 minutes in. Let us begin. You know how we do it. Here's our intro, right?
This episode is sponsored by Ebenezer Real Estate Services, Corpidence, Blush Beauty, Funky Fab Cosmetic and Sincerely Herstory.
Oh my God. Joshua, I swear, every time you come in, I was seeing you jamming, and that's like,
I have to. The music. Oh my god.
hi, welcome
Yeah.
everyone. Welcome back
Hello.
to
Hi,
another
Kanisha.
episode. To another
Hello,
episode.
everyone.
Hi, Kanisha. Hi, Ruth. Happy birthday again. Welcome back, guys. This is part two. This is a continuation of what we started last Thursday.
Uh-huh.
It was too good. Yeah, to do it twice, right?
Yes,
I do
yes,
twice.
yes.
That's nice. That's nice. Yes, indeed.
So you guys know, I have with me Kafisha, owner of Corpidence, and I have Joshua with me. Let me see if I can say this right tonight. He is the owner of Ebenezer. Did I say it right? Ah!
You got
Ebenezer Real Estate
it.
Services Limited. You guys can
You
hit him
got
up.
it.
I will let them introduce themselves. Kafisha, you can tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Hi, guys. Again, my name is Kafisha Thomas. I am the owner and founder of Confidence Corporate Solutions, which truly aims to aid in the holistic development of the corporate woman. So, from fashion, you need a little boost in your confidence. I am that person for you.
Nice. See, she is that one. Joshua?
My name is Joshua Dorridge. I am part owner. My wife and I owns the company. We are the directors of Ebenezer Real Estate Services. And our goal, our drive is to help people find that ideal property. You know, everyone goal is to get their own home. You know, renting is just a start. Your home is the goal, you know, and that's where we comes in to ensure that you accomplish that goal. So we just love serving people, and that's what we do. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. So if you're looking for a real home, or if you're looking for any inspiration on your dressing for work, for, any corporate, definitely these guys are the ones to hit up. All right. So you can either inbox
Yeah.
me, send me a message, WhatsApp to contact them, and you'll be able to get all the information that you need. So let's begin. Let's begin. So in part one, I think in part one, we just kind of like scrape the surface, or we just pass a little cloth over the dust on part one. So we are about to get
Woo.
into this now. We are about to go deeper. We have some serious conversations going to take place today. So first, I want to say that we all have expectations. Whether these expectations was formulated from our personal experiences and understanding, or facts and opinions, fantasies or realities, or even religious beliefs, we all have our expectations. That's just human nature to have it. But the problem comes when we believe that an unrealistic expectation is realistic. So let's differentiate what realistic and unrealistic expectations are. So my question to you, Kafisha, Joshua, and the audience, because tonight I want you guys to participate tonight in this conversation. I'm looking for comments tonight. And I have a little secret. We will have a giveaway going on today. So yeah, participate. Right? So guys, to you, what is what is the difference between unrealistic and realistic goals? Like expectations. What is that for you? Kavisha?
So, sure, I will go
You know, I had to
first.
go first.
Joshua, you know,
Ladies,
Joshua,
ladies
Joshua
first.
always pushing me up front.
Yeah. How would you define an unrealistic or realistic expectation?
Okay, so for me, in my own words, I would say an unrealistic expectation is one that supersedes the provision of an expectation that you can provide for yourself.
Hmm.
One.
Elaborate.
And
Yeah, yeah. See, I whispered at it. Elaborate.
my other definition that I wrote down is an unrealistic expectation is one that pushes the envelope of one's capabilities, either because of that person's mindset, it could be a physical attribute or situational circumstance, but it just pushes that envelope and they really can't do that. It's unrealistic to them.
Hmm.
Wow,
Unrealistic to
wow,
them.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't ask Google anything.
Let
This
me
is
hear
not
your opinion.
this is not Google, okay? This is not
I
Google. This is
I didn't say okay, Google. That's good. So, 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 so,
She
so
said she thought.
unrealistic expectation is when you are requesting so much from your partner, you basically trying to get them to turn night into day. And we all have to remember that they are not God. They can't do that for
Hmm.
us. So we have to. I always say that expectations leads to disappointments. All
Hmm.
right. And I believe if expectations have to be established, it must be a dual conversation. It must be an agreement. It must be agreement that yeah, the both parties must come to, and not one person wanting more from the other
From the
person.
other.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
real.
that's good. So, Kavisha, I love your definition.
thank you.
Um,
It's not Google.
I think
I'm
good.
not.
Just making sure. So when I was doing some
Yeah.
research, according to Women Health magazine, they're saying a realistic expectations are those requests that your spouse can meet. Things that you both of you can agree on or a
Hmm.
compromise can happen.
Yes.
So whether it be house chores or sex or finance, it's
Yeah.
something that you guys can compromise on or you could both meet on that level. Whereas the unrealistic expectations are the requests that we find very difficult to talk about or to express, the unspoken ones. So
Hmm.
those are the ones that we expect our spouse to know, to just read our mind and figure it out automatically.
Yeah.
And I think we do that a lot. We tend to, especially women, we tend to just be like, listen, I ain't attitude. And then he will come like, what wrong with you? Figure it out.
We expect those men to be sidekicks.
Exactly. I mean, like, figure it out. So it's when you have this preconceived notion about your relationship and how it should run and how your partner should treat you, and you know that it's not it don't match up to those of his, like it doesn't match up to your significant other, then you have an unrealistic expectation. So wait, this is a fact that this is something that I know, but go ahead, Joshua.
Yeah, I like what Kanisha said in the chat. Humans are limited in nature, and that is so true.
Exactly.
I mean, our requests is sometimes. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Sometimes me personally, I sometimes I believe I expect a lot from my wife.
Hmm.
I expect she has a job. She has to be a mother. She has to be a wife. And sometimes that is so much. And there are times where we fall out because of my expectation. Because
Hmm.
now I want her to now, like meet my needs when she had a hard day. How about if I meet her needs? How about if I
Exactly.
massage her rather than I expecting her to come,
To come and
and
meet you.
Yeah.
so I always say you don't initiate anything, but yeah,
But how
but
do you do that, Joshua? How do you do that? How do you meet her needs?
well, conversation, trying to find out what I can do to bring, to make, I will ask her what can I do. And also I understand her love language. She love sweet stuff,
Hmm.
and so I try to do things. But sometimes with me, and I'm not afraid to just come out, and because I know we're going deep tonight, sometimes with me, um, I think my expectation is be a little too much, and it affects emotionally, you know.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
and actually, we were actually having this conversation, measuring what each other do. So
uh,
sometimes she may be on her phone doing work, and I might be on my phone doing work. But in my mind, I'm thinking she's scrolling and wasting time, and
yeah,
I may just say something. So again, it comes down to I'm expecting her to be doing work, and she, like it's just sometimes unrealistic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any unrealistic expectations, Kafisha,
Of
towards
my
your husband?
husband.
But towards your husband, or
Yeah, towards my, of course.
so that's like what are
Just
some that you
today,
say?
just today, I was telling him that I went to work this morning and I left him with the kids. And if you know, I have a 2 year old and a 6 year old,
Hmm.
and they are very energetic. They are a lot, the both of them.
Hmm.
And when I came home, whatever I left the house, what I came back to, and I was like, so, so what happened? What happened? You really couldn't do this. But thinking about it, he had to work as well.
Hmm.
He was working from home. He had to navigate with the little one and supervise the big one in class. So,
Wow.
thinking about it after, I was like, all right, Kafisha, you're being a paid. You're being a paid. Don't do that. Do not do that.
But if you lash out onto him, how would you deal with that? How would you like? Would you go
Ha,
back and think about it and
of
apologize,
course,
or?
of course, I am very apologetic, and like I said, I am very accountable.
Hmm.
I hold myself like, yo, this is not right, and I go to him and I say, I apologize. It's just that
Yeah,
I had a stressful day, and I was at least expecting for you to do something, because sometimes you would go to work and come home, and if I don't do anything, it would be a problem. So
exactly.
but I would apologize and I would try to make up. Mwah, 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 love you, love you.
Yeah, that is key right there. That is key right there. You see when you, because at the end of the day, this is a team. This is
Exactly.
Yes.
us, and nobody. This is nobody else's business. This is you and I. So if
Yeah,
I come home, and I mean, come on, like if I get my wife angry, that's not doing any good for me.
Yes.
Because I
exactly.
mean, like we ought to. I always try to say, like, she's a mirror of me and I'm a mirror of her. And then when she hurts, I hurt, and when she's happy, I'm happy. And
Yeah.
when you have
Exactly.
a tough day dealing with all these clients, and trust me, if you're, well, I mean, you know how clients can be, because at the end of the day, it's people, and people are different, and they really suck
Exactly.
from you, they really drain you. So your home, your wife, your family, that should be like a vent. That should be like
Exactly.
a safe place for you. But if
Yeah.
you if you don't allow yourself to just breathe, just practice breathing, before you even step in the door, there are ways
To do that.
to fix that,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
So, as in some research, and according to a survey done in National Survey on Marriages in America, let me explain. Let me put a little pointer. We're coming back to that. So, in Trinidad, I was trying to find out what the divorce rate was in Trinidad. And from 2015 to now, it only says 1%. So I'm like,
1%.
wait, do they not do
Update the
updates?
data.
So unfortunately, I couldn't use Trinidad's divorce rate right now to do this piece
Wow.
because they don't update it. And 1%, I know that's inaccurate, completely inaccurate. but also then I could see why I could say, yeah, it will make sense because a lot of people in marriages they tend to just separate and continue on a different life without actually getting a
A
divorce,
divorce, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
which
that's
they
true.
do a lot. But in in the survey, National Survey of Marriages in America, it said 45% of divorce respondents said unrealistic expectations contributed to their marriage ending. So we have a high rate of marriages ending because of
Unrealistic
unrealistic
expectation.
expectations and lack of
Wow.
accountability.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
at some point you have to check yourself and say, hold up, wait, hold up. Is this me? Am
Mm,
I the problem? And then you try to fix it.
Yeah. For a long time, I was the problem in my marriage. For the
Mhm.
first 5 years, I would say,
wow.
I was the problem in my marriage, and I couldn't see it because I was so blinded by hurt. I lost my daughter. Um, I was 9 months pregnant, lost her, and I blamed my husband for every single thing. I blamed him. I blamed him. I blamed him. And for the first 5 years, like I was saying, I was just blinded by that, and I was so toxic. I don't know how this man's still with me, honestly.
Wow.
But
I don't know. I
how did
don't know.
you deal with that? Like how did you manage to come
I
out of that?
I had to check myself. I had to say, listen, because it was not only in my marriage. I started
Mm.
noticing it in places that I worked as well. So I was always the issue. I would always lash out. You can't tell me nothing
Oh wow.
because, you know,
Oh, the
but
attitude.
yes, but I had to take stock of my life and say, listen, this is not working. You need to do something about this. And I got myself together, and like I keep telling you all, I'm not the same person, I am not the same
But
person.
that's growth. That's growth.
That is,
That's
that is.
maturity. And I can say I'm definitely proud of you for that. For even talking about that because
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
a tough thing I think to even open up in a public space like this.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm very, very proud of you for that. And it just shows that you have grown. You really have.
most
Uh
definitely.
Joshua, is there any I'm digging, right? I'm digging.
Keep
I'm
on
digging.
digging. You want the fork more?
Is
Keep
there
on digging.
anything like you could say, like you could own up and say, yes, I was the problem in your marriage? Is
Can
there
you repeat
anything
your question?
is there anything that you could open up and say, honestly say, yes, I was the problem in your marriage?
Well, before I got married to my wife, I was engaged to in another relationship to get married. And there are certain things I would have experienced. I would have a lot of unrealistic expectations, unrealistic ones too. Now the thing about it, in my marriage now, I notice the same similar things what my was complaining about. I notice it in my marriage now. This is not no engaged to be married. This is a marriage now. It's already
Yeah,
happened. So
Yeah,
I have to know now this is grounded. This is it. So I had to examine myself. There are times I have to cry out to God. I go on long prayer and fast, 21 days, no solid food, because I don't want to be hurt again like I was back then.
yeah,
And then knowing that my parents are now divorced and stuff, I really don't want a repeat of that. So I decided to just be a different person. You say, okay, Kafisha says she's not the same
yeah,
person. Trust me, I am not that person anymore.
yeah,
I had to be the best Joshua that the world will ever know. So I
exactly,
had to do things in order to get the things in life that you want. You have to do things totally different to what people are not willing to do. And I just
exactly,
needed to be the best husband. I needed to be the best father. I needed to be the best businessman. I just want to be the best. And
right.
fasting helped me a lot with that. A lot, a lot, a lot.
Okay. And also people, you could also read books. For me, it was reading books. A lot of books helped me kind of create or formulate what type of life that I wanted to live and I wanted to experience while I'm alive. So you could definitely read books to better your understanding on your marriage. Even therapy is another thing that we fail to use too a lot. We fail to use
Yeah.
therapy to help us get a better understanding of ourselves, so that we could say certain things. We could get to realize that some of the things that we grew up thinking and believing really and truly is not normal for everybody else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because what
It's
you
true.
might think is normal in your household, you go to somebody else's household and they watching you like, what you doing? You
Hmm.
know, so we have to be mindful of that. There are different ways you can get help. Therapy, it does going to therapy does not mean you're crazy. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean like you're
Yeah.
mad, or something is wrong with you. It means that you're taking a step to help you understand you,
Yeah.
because our
Agreed.
mind goes through so much,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So go to therapy. I encourage it. I'm a big on therapy, very very big on therapy. So since we talk
Therapy as in
about this,
counseling, JC.
yeah,
Therapy as in
yeah. Oh,
okay,
sorry,
okay.
we say therapy.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
say therapy,
I saw
counseling,
Kanisha
not physical.
mention counseling. Yeah. If I tell you something, JC,
Not physical
I
therapy.
yeah, we never really did counseling, but different strokes for different
Mm.
folks. All right.
Yeah.
Um, you see, when two parties know what they want, and I mean, like, come on, like in a tug of war, you're not trying to compete against each other. But
Yeah.
if you start pulling the same way, you won. Everyone in synergy. But once two parties know, hey, why am I here? Why did I choose to
Mhm.
say I do? You know, now that my daughter is here, why should I stay with you? What
Right.
is helping me, I mean, it's up to the two parties as well. Yes, we quarrel, we don't fight, thank
Yeah.
God, but we quarrel, we have our disagreements. Sometimes I get, 2, 3 nights, but I hate going to bed angry. So I always
Mhm.
tend to try different ways and means to patch it up. If it's to say funny things to make my wife laugh, I wish sometime I could just undo sometimes the things I say or the things I might do,
Yeah.
but it's all about what the both party wants.
Once.
Sometimes my
Yeah.
wife have a hard day, I may just be the one to take out the food, wash up the wares, probably give my
Be the
daughter a
man.
bath, make it easy for her.
Split the
It's a team.
responsibilities. Split the
Yes,
responsibilities,
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah,
Kavisha, how do you feel about therapy?
therapy.
About
Sorry, on
counseling.
counseling. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Counseling.
know. I most definitely agree because there are certain things that, for example, myself, I was able to get through it for
Mhm.
myself, but somebody else may not be able to do that. A counselor would be able to guide you.
Mhm.
You'll get great guidance and the help that you need.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
I
definitely
definitely
agree with
agree.
counseling.
Yeah.
I
And
did counseling before I got married. Sorry to cut you across,
no, it's okay.
but I did counseling before I got married. But
It didn't work.
no, it because I was not at that space yet to accept, and I needed to let go of the hurt. I just was
Yeah.
not there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely think counseling, sorry, counseling helps. Counseling helps, especially when when we need to have those difficult
Oh
conversations.
yeah.
So in marriage, we do come to that point where it's like, all right, I'm scared to go into this type of water because all hell might break loose. In layman terms, regardless of how good your relationship is or how turmoil it, you will have difficult moments where you can't talk to it because an argument or something will happen. So I think therapy will play a big role in that part, as to help you guys or help a couple be able to move forward in their
Yeah.
relationship.
Agreed.
So already to touch, I was waiting for this, huh? This part of podcast, let me tell you something. I'm waiting for this. So I just give Ole a little scenario. Since we just gave the topic of counseling. Sorry, I was going
Counseling.
to say therapy again. Since we
Fine.
just gave the topic of counseling, let me tell you the scenario. And I want the audience, please, audience, this is where the gift card, the little giveaway
Giveaway.
coming in here now. I need you guys to participate, participate. So I'm going to read something out and I want you guys to tell me what you would do. This goes to Joshua and Kafisha as well. We're going to discuss this in detail. So the scenario is boom. You and your significant other, all right? See, this you and your significant other married, or you're married. So you notice that your significant other family tends to live a life of infidelity, meaning cheating, playing games, I want set a man or I want set a woman. And the family, the family is okay with that type of lifestyle. Like they're fine with that, then quarreling, nothing. Your significant other told you that they don't really follow the family lifestyle, They're not into that shit. They ain't had time for that, blah, blah, blah. But lately, Mr. So or Mrs. Ma'am start to mention about having sexual desires with other people and expect you to accept that this is something that they would like to do because you know their family dynamic. What would you do in that situation? If I need me to read it over, I'll read it over. Let me go again. You noticed your significant other family tends to live a life of infidelity. And if family members are okay with that lifestyle, your significant other said they do not follow their family way of life. Recently, your significant other started mentioning having sexual desires with other people and expects you to accept that this is something they would like
Oh,
to indulge in because you know their family
I
dynamic.
have to take a drink for that.
What would you do in this situation? Would you be willing to compromise?
compromise. How to spell that word?
Listen,
My
I
Kafisha, go
think
ahead.
the you see the putting across of you have to accept that, or I want you to accept that. I think that's the unrealistic part.
Hmm.
Don't approach me like that. You come to me, big to big, right? We having a mature conversation. This is what I feel,
Hmm.
and I would like to know if this is, something that we could explore. Don't tell me I have to accept it.
Hmm.
And then my question would be, does this align with our intention for our family and for what we want for ourselves as partners in a relationship? And my other question would be, you comfortable doing that? Are you comfortable with me doing the same? Because my family, everybody family are infidelity. So you comfortable with me doing that? And then we take it from there. We take it from there.
So is a hell no for you?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No. I'm not. I don't want to say hell no. If I say hell no, I'll be lying. I'll be lying to
Yeah.
myself. But we could explore. We could do some exploration.
You just
What
had
you
to be he had to
basically
be open to
He
it
has to be
too.
okay. He has
If
to be open. And no man, listen, no man ain't going to be open to that just so. So is a no.
I'm gonna take off my mic and my camera. My wife commented. She said no compromise. He needs therapy. So that was really funny. Anyway, with regards to me, no, I made a stand. All right, and this is me, guys. Who say Joshua passed that thing? You know, this is me. I made a stand, and I know certain things I wouldn't entertain. You
Mhm.
know, now my wife, family, whoever infidelity, or my family, whoever infidelity, that's their business. But
Mhm.
when we come together, those chains have to be broken. You
So you are
know,
compromising nothing.
well, it depends on the situation. You know, it depends on the situation. My wife and I, we know our boundaries. You
Yeah.
know, and I cannot hide nothing from her. I
Mm-hmm.
if even if I try, I just have to always, I cannot live with myself. If I'm getting urges, or I have to come out and tell her. And knowing my wife, she is always loving, forgiving. You see what she said there? She never even talk about breakup. She just said he needs
Say
therapy.
therapy.
He will tell me
Go ahead
go
and see
get
a
help.
counselor.
Yeah, she will tell me go get help. But
Yeah.
there are people will just dismiss it right away. Now,
Yeah.
when we understand love, love is long suffering,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, look at my jersey here. If we understand the love of Christ, if we understand the shit we just do, and he
Yep.
still loves us and
No,
forgives
yeah.
us. I have a man, well, he's just a friend. He's married for 56 years. And I asked him, I say, Pastor, why you stay so long with this one woman for so long, 56 years? He says, son, one word, forgiveness. Now, with
Yeah.
regards to, I mean, I'm not gonna, my wife can just come and tell me, this is the case. I need to go down to the root, and, I need to know because, yeah, I need to know,
Oh,
and
yeah,
vice
to find out,
versa.
is it me?
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah,
we
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
satisfy
I need
you?
to know. I need
You
to
want to
know,
know?
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need
Because
to know.
sometimes
And uh
the reason could be, the woman isn't satisfied if you're saying it's a woman. It's the
well, if
woman could
if
be
she's not
satisfied. She wants to
satisfied,
yeah.
she have to tell me that, and then I'll
Yeah.
find ways to satisfy her.
So then
You
this could be
know.
a issue where you would want to have counseling with. You're probably like, no, let's go see our counselor together so I could show you that I support you in whatever it is you're doing, but this is an unrealistic expectation on for me. I can't sit
Mhm.
here and expect you to do this all the time. And I should
Yeah.
be okay with that.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That was a
that would
I
scenario.
always, I
yeah.
always ask my, I always ask my partner, was that good? You ask because you want to know.
Yo,
Yeah,
you have
What
to.
was
yeah,
that?
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Because
and
I
that don't
think
just mean for sex. Like that do with cooking food and everything as well. Yeah. So
because the reason why I
Take
bring
your money
that
out of the
scenario,
gutter.
the reason
exactly.
why I bring that up is because we have a culture where most people think that it's okay for somebody to do them that and they just be okay with it and knowing that their partner is doing that, even though they're not having the conversation, but they know that their partner is out there having a ball with all different people, and
Hmm.
the man expects the woman to always be home. Like she's not supposed to
Hmm.
go and deal with nobody else. And like
Yeah.
Fisher
Yeah.
says, if
Hmm.
it's if that's your thing, I should be able to do it too, right?
And I know
Yep.
he's not going to agree to
Wow.
that. So then the answer is
Exactly.
no.
Exactly.
The answer would be no.
All right, so let me do our next one, right?
Wow.
Hey Jess. Hey Jess, welcome, welcome. Um, so let me talk about money, the finances aspect,
Money,
right?
money, money, money.
Now, I know there's a big thing in marriages. This does bust marriage up like woo. This does bust up couples quick, fast, and in a hurry. So let me just say, in most couples, one probably makes more money than the other, right? Sometimes it can
Mm-hmm.
be as little as $50, or it can be as big as 50,000 more a year. Your significant other. Don't look at the money as our money, but look at it as my money or their money, and start to think they have leverage over their spouse. Your spouse starts expecting you to do more and sometimes belittle you because they have more or they make more money than you. Would you try to make more money and return the expectations so that they can comprehend how you feel? Or would you express how they make you feel and work on the relationship? What would you do?
Nah, trying to. We are not children. We don't play those games as in I trying to make you feel a certain way. No, that's not what marriage is about. That's not what partnership is about. We have a conversation. I express how I feel, and we try to work on. I'm not, I'm not playing them games. I'm not doing it.
So can I take it back to the previous scenario where you
Mhm.
say if I do it, then you do it. That's kind of like the same thing.
Well, it not really, is it? In how can we
Because if it
compare
opened for
finances?
me, if it opened for me, and I
Then
know you don't like it, it opened for you, and if I do it back, you don't like it. So finances, add that to your finances.
hmm,
That's kind of like the first one. That's like, well, if you see our logic is set up in a kind of way where the way how our logic set up is like, oh, you acting like that's your money. All right, so that's my money. You
right,
that will be as much as you're grown. Your first thing is to get revenge.
right,
Yeah, but
Realistically,
that's human nature. That's human nature. But when
yeah,
comes to
right?
marriage, I mean, there are certain things you have to establish, and again, it just takes a conversation with regards to
y-
financing. This is one economy. My money is my wife money. Her money is my money.
Yes. See.
That's okay. That's okay. But money, this is one thing I am proud to say. Money isn't a problem in my marriage.
Yeah.
Obviously, I work, my wife work. When I was working Massy Gas Products, I used to make like 8,000 a month. My wife used to make like 15. I was never intimidated. I always say, hey, it's my wife, and I know my wife so good. If I say, baby, give me that bank card, let me a bank card, let me a credit card, she will give it to me. And if she asks me, I remember a time she asked me for my credit card or my bank card or something. And I feel so funny about that because nobody never asked me for that. But when I really think about it, we even had a fallout because she didn't give me back the bank card on time or something
Yes.
like that.
See. Look
You
at it.
know? But the thing about it, when I really think about it, this is one economy, this is one family,
But
this
that's
is,
the
yeah,
you
mature
know,
you. That's the mature
yeah,
you
that is
saying
that
that.
is correct. So bills and mortgage and everything,
Exactly.
whenever it's the paid, we pay it, you know.
Exactly. Kafisha, going back to you. So,
mm-hmm.
Mhm.
what would you do
In which
in that
scenario?
situation? Since I bring up that it's kind of like tit for tat, just like the first one. No, no,
I
you
don't
you
think
in
so.
that
I think finances are different to sharing your
mature
body with
Mm.
somebody.
somebody else.
I think finances are different. I agree with Joshua in that, it's one economy and we are a family. We have things to do as a family. But you can't tell
Yeah.
me you taking your body to please you because I will not be getting any pleasure out of that.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know. I just see it as two totally different
Yeah.
things. I see
Huh.
it different. Yeah.
So you would definitely try to express how you feel,
Yes,
and
most
you wouldn't try to
definitely.
play the tit for tat,
Yeah.
the tit for
I
tat thing.
wouldn't. I wouldn't in that situation.
It
You know,
mature us, yeah, but
the
mature us,
mature,
no. Yeah,
immature,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
because you would be
Yeah.
But you have time
petty.
for that. We're trying to get
Yeah.
investments done,
Yeah.
and move on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
But
But
the
we understand, JC and
yeah,
Kafisha, we understand that these scenarios are real life
I really,
scenarios.
yeah.
it
And
is
people literally do
the
these things.
mm-hmm.
I
Yep,
know of people who compete against each other, success,
Wow.
and they're
But
exactly.
miserable.
that,
Why should I spend my miserable? No,
yeah,
it don't make
that
sense.
would be really unrealistic for me to do because trying to level up to my partners, to get there, and I am a mom and I do everything else. You know how much that will take from me to get there? I will lose it. I will lose my mind
Exactly.
trying to get there.
Yeah.
I'm not doing
Wow.
that.
But it has some people who would do that. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's how you want to get, or they wouldn't even try to go on their level, but they would take away certain things. Like they would take away sex, or they would stop doing certain
Right,
things for
right,
you,
right,
like
right,
stop
right,
Wow.
ironing
right.
your clothes, stop making breakfast for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you want to cancel? All right, I'll make you feel how I feel. And that's the unrealistic side of it.
Wow.
That's the part that we don't see, that we
Yeah.
don't pay attention to, because we think, oh, I am my feelings. He's hurting me, so I'm going to make him pay.
Yeah.
But that's the unrealistic expectation on that side of things.
Yeah.
But JC, before you go on there, that's not money's not an issue here in my home, right? To
Mm-hmm.
God be the glory for that. But people looking outside may think
Mm-hmm.
that, okay, like my wife is, she is successful, she, she has a master's degree, is educated, that kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I am now insurance agent, and they might see, oh, Joshua don't make no money, and real estate agent, he don't make no money, and people think that my wife, literally everything we have is my wife, that, but they don't really know. They
Yeah.
don't really know, and we just stay silent and junko sober. We mind our business
Minding
because
your business.
we know what happens here, you know.
Exactly.
And
And
one thing
that's
we
the
don't
thing.
do
You
is
have to keep
compete.
it in. Yeah, you have to be
Yeah,
mindful of
compete.
that. Because
Yeah.
especially if you have a person who is very competitive in life, they tend to take everything as competition, regardless of
Yeah.
who they're with, they tend to take it as competition. And you could be saying the simplest things, and it's like, oh, all right, I need to do better. I need to outshine you because you can't shine. And that's
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
unrealistic, people. If you
Yeah.
are getting into a marriage with someone, you have to be mindful, like, yo, this is my partner. I don't have to
Yeah.
compete with him. He's the person or she's the person that I'm trying
Hmm.
to build a future
Yeah.
with.
Yeah. Agreed.
I want to have a family with them. I want to spend the rest. Do you want to spend the rest of your life competing with the person you're sleeping with? That's madness.
Wow.
That is
And you
tiring
see, we talk about money, we
on
talk
two
about
levels.
body, but there are people who married and one party trying to get their body in order, and they even studying the other partner,
Mm-mm.
You
No,
understand?
it's just
Like all of this,
one-minded, very one-minded,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And these things
very
are really
one-minded.
issues. And all I'm
Yeah.
saying is that this is us. This is a team. Let's do it together. I want my wife to be the best thing. And obviously I will
Exactly.
expect the same from her. I did she always was, So I will compliment her,
Exactly.
and she do the same for me, and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
competing don't make sense in relationships. I
yeah,
mean,
that
if
makes
you're
sense.
getting in a relationship to end it,
High school
compete.
thing.
Yeah, compete.
Yeah.
All right, let me take it another level. So let me mention education. Let me do career now.
Mm-hmm.
This another. So I choose these scenarios based on the top issues as to what affects marriages, unrealistic expectations, right?
Okay.
So let's say one person's career growth happens faster than the others, right? And the other person happens slow. The expectation for one of the significant other is that career growth must parallel theirs. You being the one whose career growth and opportunities happen much slower, how would you deal with your partner's expectations? Joshua laugh.
Oh, my sister in this chat. We need to block her.
Listen, I only see it root.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, root. That
Make
is
sure you don't
support.
talk to nobody. Behave
That is
yourself.
support.
The question is one person's career growth happens faster and the other person's happens slower. The expectation for one is that their partner's career growth must equal theirs. Like, you must grow with me. You, if I'm moving up, you have to move up too. And
Hmm.
you being the one whose career growth and opportunities happen much slower, how would you deal with your partner's expectation?
Okay, so
Kafisha, go.
oh Lord.
I can see
I
it.
will go first. No, okay, so this is currently my situation.
Mm,
My husband is currently doing his civil engineering degree. I am currently studying ACCA, trying to be ACCA qualified. But he is on his last year of his degree, and I have to take a step back from my studies because, like I said, it's just so much with the house, the children, the little one going to school. It's a lot. So I now have to slow my pace in order for
Compromise.
him,
Mhm.
yeah, compromise for him to finish his degree so that he can move up in his job and that kind of thing. And it bothers me in no way that he's ambitious and reaching for his goal, and I have
mhm,
to take a backseat for now because I know when he's done, he
You
will
can.
take over the mantle and I would be able to go ahead with my ECC, right?
Hmm.
But for me, in my situation, what is unrealistic on my part, I can say this is that I expect him, although he's in his final year of his civil engineering degree, and if you all know, civil engineering is very hard, right? I still expect him to show up and be his best self for me and the kids.
Mm.
And it's tough. It's really tough because sometimes I see it on his face. He will be in the study all day, all night if you give him a chance because he wants to finish so bad. And he keeps saying, Fisha, but this is for us, this is for us, this so we
Mm.
could finish the house and you know.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you just of course just make some
Your
time for
feelings.
me now. Make some time for me. But it's really a balance, and I always tell him that it's really a
Mhm.
balance, and he will always say, "Well, I'm making the sacrifice now so that we could enjoy life later," and I could understand that. So sometimes I have to go into my little cocoon and call my girls up and be like,
Yeah.
you know, and hang out with
Try
my
to get it
girls
love.
and yeah, try to get the love
Love
elsewhere.
elsewhere.
Not, not,
Yeah.
not in another male, but
Yeah, but
I
with your
have my
friends.
girlfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With your friends.
So I would say, going back to the question, I would say that what is the question? Wait, I went off course.
No, you was on course. Say one
Yeah.
person's career growth happens faster and the other happens slower. The expectation is that one has to, your partner career has to be on the same level with
Right,
you.
right, 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 right.
So
So,
how
yeah,
would
so
you deal with it with that?
right. So then, right. So I was on the right track. So I would
Yeah.
say that, I mean, while he's not as available to me right now, I admire his strive to be better and
Hmm.
do what he has to do for his family and himself. I adore him for that. So it's yeah.
So you guys create a balance or understanding between each other. Like, all right, I'm not just doing this to outshine you, but I'm
Yeah.
doing this because it's benefiting us.
Yes, yes,
Nice.
yes.
That's good. That's really, really good, man. Civil engineering is tough, but
It
I'll leave that for
is.
another topic.
It is.
How about you, Joshua?
Um, with regards to me, right? Um, well, my wife don't like go to school anymore. She finished with that. Well, I'm in insurance, and it's a never ending, continuous. Like it's a continuous. No, you have to. It's a career where you have to continue learning.
Yeah,
So I mean, our how we balance. I mean, we don't really try to compete or outshine each other. Again, we don't have time for that.
yeah,
Our thing is that now baby is here. We have to find ways. Sometimes she watch baby while I do my thing, or I watch baby while she do her thing, and we work it out. And if she have things to do and I have things to do, therefore we have the mother-in-law
come and
assist us
assist.
there. But if I could push Chris to be the best her, I think I will be a happy man, and vice versa.
Mm,
So, like she's looking at something right now, and I wish she could get that. I wish she could get that, because if she could get that, that would be a little more income coming in there, and that'll be
yeah,
great. And vice versa. She want me to keep on pushing in my insurance, pushing the business, pushing, because that would be great for us. So
yeah.
I don't see it as I will outshine her, and I might probably just go and just sell my van and buy a BM, right?
It's
Just
no
be driving
competition.
around.
It's absolutely
Yeah,
no
no competition,
competition.
no
So
competition. So it's
it's
a
nothing
team
for you.
again, and yeah, we
It's nothing to support
push
her.
each other, we push each other, we
Yeah.
support each
And
other.
that's what
That's what it
marriage is about, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We might sometimes we let our this word, and my dad brings it up to me. He always checks me this way. He says, he always say, JC, make sure it is not the ego talking and it's you
Mm,
mm,
talking, because
yeah.
the
wow.
ego tend to allow us to have unrealistic and push and force our unrealistic expectations onto other people. The ego does that. because
Yeah.
it's all about what we want and how we want to feel and what you should give me. So I'll just read
Yeah.
something here. I like what Ruth said. She said, "My husband work is better than mine, and he will come home and still help me do my job after he finishes his." And that's what it's all about. And that's true. It's about helping one another. You
Yeah.
cannot be fighting with people. Like, you have to help your husband. This is the person you're sleeping with, husband or wife. Um, this one, I just want to run through this one quick. This one, um, I'll read out the scenario because this one is a serious topic and I need you guys to like really dig into this one, right? Joshua only laughing. um, this one, you dated someone who showed you the perfect person they can be for you. They showed you everything you were looking for. They had it. They displayed it. Now you're married and a sudden change happens. They become verbally or physically abusive to you. And their belief is abuse makes you stronger and prepares you for the outside world. They expect you to accept that type of treatment for your good. You are in this situation and cannot support yourself financially if you leave. What's your next move? Would you want to change that person's mind and talk things through? Would you see this as an opportunity to talk to someone to help you create a plan or act like nothing is happening? What would you do? Whisker Fisher face.
Nah, boy. These scenarios just getting more drastic.
No, because it is a reality. It is
Yeah.
some people's lives.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's something, like I said, unrealistic expectation. They think it's something normal. But what about this? What advice can we give someone who is in that?
Physical abuse is not to be taken lightly.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I will say. Please do not. I mean, and it's easier said than done. I could say, do not stay in a relationship where you are being physically or verbally abused because it is not healthy.
Right.
But you as a woman and a man, because there are men that are in relationships, very abusive relationships with women, they experience and they just don't talk about it.
Yep.
But it's for you to want better for yourself. If the person cannot seek help, or they don't, not cannot, but do not want to seek help for the way they are, then you need to help yourself
Hmm.
and get out of a situation like that. I do not
You
encourage staying
see,
in abusive.
that was the first thing I expect everybody to say, get out. But what if I cannot financially help myself out of that situation? If I leave, I'm going to be homeless. What am I to do? I'm going to be sleeping on the streets. What am I to do?
I don't. Okay, so this is my personal belief. I think that when one door closes, another door opens. And I mentioned this on the first podcast that you when one just now I lost my train of thought just now. But when one door closes, another door opens, right?
Mhm.
And that's a fact. If you set your intention on getting out of a situation, though you may not be financially able to support yourself right now, you must know somebody that would be willing to help you at some point in time until you get up and running. I don't think that you're just lonely in this world and you have nobody to lean on. I
Mhm.
I don't believe that.
That's true. I'll just read over the question for Ruth because she says she missed it. So Ruth, I'll read it over for you.
Yeah, and she's
Um,
just going
I know, right?
crazy.
Ruth said, "I'll get him back, kill him." Ruth, I do not
Exactly.
promote them things on
She
this
will
podcast.
she will get a place to stay in jail.
Exactly.
I can't
So that's why I'm laughing. I'm trying to
Oh
help
God.
myself, but my God.
So I read it over. You dated someone who showed you the perfect person they can be for you. Everything you're looking for, they displayed it. Now you are married to them, and a sudden change happens. They become verbally or physically abusive to you. Their belief is abuse makes you stronger and prepares you for the outside world. They expect you to accept this type of treatment for your good. You are in this situation and you cannot support yourself financially if you leave. What's your next move? Would you want to change the person's mind and talk things through? Would you see this as an opportunity to talk to someone to help you create a plan, or act like nothing is happening? To you, what would you see as an outcome of this situation? Yeah.
Hmm.
You see, verbal and physical abuse. I would say a person's first response will be to, oh, get out, run, leave fast as you can. But when in that situation, your first thought isn't, this is verbal abuse. This, you will, if it's physical, you'll be like, all right, yeah, this man
Yeah.
beating my ass.
Yeah.
Where's this? And even in then, people in that situation, they still find it hard to leave because this person probably could threaten their lives. Remember, you see, this
Yes.
is
A lot
somebody
of people
beating
are
you.
fear. Yeah. There's some. Yeah.
This is somebody beating you, and this person could literally take your life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So saying that get out, no, get out is that's the easiest thing for an outsider or somebody who never experienced it or experienced it and came out will say get out. But what happens when you're in this situation and this is this person's expectation of you? They expect you to take that physical abuse at that moment, and you're not seeing it for what it is. So, how would you deal with that expectation in it?
Hmm.
That's why I tell a little dig deep.
No, no, no. I will say you never really know what the future holds, and people can change, but also there are red flags in courting where you can see the potential that it can become worse. And if I'm courting, if I'm dating you, then and I choose to ignore these red flag, marriage multiply things. So if
Mhm.
this person watching certain things before he when he get married, he will be struggling with this thing in particular. It magnifies things. If you are a fool back then, when you get married, you'll be a big fool with the J1. Right? So the thing about it, um, I know about of relationships, I don't want to I don't really talk about that because
Mhm.
it's personal. But my mom stayed with my dad for very long, and when we grew up, that's when she decided to make a move,
Mhm.
and there are people who stay in situations like this and thank God and just pray and hope that they just make it out alive. I'm not
Mm.
Yep.
saying my, my father was a terrible person, but people can change. That's my point. People can
Yeah.
change. And
Mhm.
this is where we go back to the therapy or the counseling because we need a third eyes on this thing. We need help. You see, once
Yep.
you can acknowledge that you need help, we can go somewhere. You know, don't be afraid to speak. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You know, I mean, come on, there are different ways and means to handle a situation like this, and don't just leave, but seek help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Agreed.
if it is
Yeah.
if it is one party asking for help, and let's say the man, he's physical, he's abusive, he don't want help, then we need to, according to Caris,
Well,
hit the
not the
mountain.
man, the woman, because it goes both ways. It's both
Well,
men
well,
and
well, well.
women. Yeah.
hmm hmm
Because there are some women who are very physically and verbally abusive to men as well, and
Yeah.
they don't think they have a problem. They don't think they have a problem.
Yeah.
But in this situation, I who personally experienced this, not saying I was in the relationship, but I have witnessed someone in that relationship, and they didn't understand what was going on, and there were certain steps that need to be they had to take in order for them to ease out. And ease out
Mhm.
means eight, it was, yeah, about 5 or 8 years later,
Wow.
right? But and that's the reality of the situation. When you
Mm-hmm.
are dealing with someone expectation like that, it is not easy for you to just say, okay, I am out. Peace. I am going where I have
Mm-hmm.
to go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's, you remember, it's a mental illness and they are playing that psychological game with you. So anybody in that situation, I'll definitely advise that you put yourself first for
Yeah.
once. You cannot change a person, you cannot make them see how you feel, because it's an unrealistic expectation they are asking of you.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot let them see you, or see what it is you're going through, or see how they are hurting you. What I will definitely advise is try to reach out to someone that you trust and just tell them, I need help. If you don't want to
Mm-hmm.
explain to them the situation that you're in, just say, hey, I need a little help with doing so. I will tell you later, but try and talk to somebody. Let You don't have to get into your business with them, but just tell them, like, you need a little help. You need a little help. And just move from there, because when in this situation, you don't think logically, and you just try to help the person. You always try to help. I think that's just human nature, to try to help sometimes. Unless you're mad and you're a little trippy and you might burn them with some hot oil while they're sleeping. You planted that.
Not that we're giving all you any ideas.
Not that we
Disclaimer.
giving any ideas, but you know. So
Yeah.
guys, wait, are we going over 6 minutes now? We
Wow.
just we just going into this. Going into this. Let me just read some comments. So you have just said, some people or relationships can be saved. I
I
have
believe that.
to be through this, and I told her about it. And when I stand up, she paint me as the abusive person. Wow. Yeah, some people just have mental illness and they need help, and they just don't see themselves as that, because they are living in this unrealistic plane
Bubble.
that they don't see themselves. So it's something that's not normal. If you can separate yourself as quick as possible. But definitely go seek the help that you need to better yourself. You have to put
Yeah.
yourself first in that situation.
Most definitely.
Guys, tonight was awesome, man.
Yes,
I
yes.
enjoy tonight.
Yes, yes, yes. This was
I make a
this was
list.
exciting.
Good. Dig
You,
deep
you
tonight.
you went deep. You really went deep.
Yeah.
This-
Because these are the issues that people face, and we don't really talk about it in marriages. We just have one concept of it, like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then when we do figure it out, we tend to keep it inside and keep it hidden between just our family. This is how we're going to make it work. But we need to let people know, like, yo, there are other ways that you can have a healthy relationship, or fix your relationship, not abuse. Fix your relationship if you have any of these issues, as far as your finances, careers, or hidden desires. There are ways that you can fix it: by reading books, by listening to our conversations. Plug. you know Listen to our conversations, and grow from there and learn from there. We may not always be in the same situation like you, but we could understand. And something that we say here tonight, I sure could definitely help you one way or the other. And you can
Indeed.
reach out to any one of us, and we would love to talk to you. We love to even
Yeah.
I would love to connect you with a counselor if it is counseling that you need. I know a few of them. I would give another plug. Yeah. So guys, it was a pleasure tonight. I do like to give a little shout out. Ruth, happy birthday to you, my dear. It was popping tonight. Chris. Any shout outs you guys want to give tonight? Anybody you want to acknowledge tonight?
Anika, Kanisha, those are my peeps.
Hey,
Hey.
hey.
Return curates. Big up all
And
yourself.
anybody else who is listening or watching that may
Yeah.
not have commented, but you
Isha.
are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jess.
Good night to
Yeah.
you.
Big up all
Jess,
yourself.
Jess,
Man.
thank you. It was a pleasure for having you here tonight.
Aaron.
Yeah, everybody that came on and locked on. Nicola, Nikki, I saw you earlier on. Definitely want to say thank you guys for tuning in. I thank you all for the support. I did mention that we have a giveaway tonight. I think I know who I'm going to give this to because this person was active whole night. She popping. Ruth, you getting that tonight. You getting that tonight, Ruth.
She
You're
on a
getting that
roll.
giveaway tonight. Ruth, you're getting that tonight.
Congratulations, Ruth.
Congratulations.
So I will tell you
Congratulations.
what your gift is. You're getting a
Your real
full
work.
makeup makeover. You get a whole makeover. So I'll send you the details in the inbox, Facebook inbox. Just to tell you, that is always be on Instagram inbox. But send your information in the inbox and I will shoot you over your giveaway prize. Your giveaway prize. Yes, babes. And happy birthday. See? Happy birthday.
Yes,
Congrats.
birthday gift in one.
Big up Shamika. Shamika King. She just popped in.
Shamika.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It was a pleasure. I had fun and I know Cass had fun tonight.
Yes.
So see you guys next week. See you guys next week. Have a beautiful night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Take care. God bless.